Well, as students complete graded widgets in your course, they're going to show up in the gradebook. For example, here scenario 1 is a widget that we added to the course earlier, and the test student has completed the widget, earning 20 points. And again, those 20 points are because the assignment itself is worth 20 points, and this particular test student achieved a 100% score in the widget. Now we can see the total points earned here, and we can make changes to that manually if needed for some reason. But if we want to actually see a little bit more detail about the widget, we can go into the assignment itself. And we can do that directly from the gradebook, or you can choose the assignment from the assignments area. Both approaches will get you to this page where you'll see that the widget is embedded. Remember, the instructor will always see this, whereas students will always see the actual widget. To get into the widget, to see a few more details, we'll need to edit the assignment settings. We don't really need to make changes here, but this is the path to get to Materia from within Canvas. So we will scroll down and we're going to find, and from the list of external tools, we want to scroll down and select Materia. And again, we're not making changes to the assignment at this point. What we really want to do is go down here to this link at the bottom, create a new widget at Materia. Now we're not actually going to create a new widget, but that gets us to the Materia app, which opens in a new tab. From here, if I wanted to, I could create a new widget, but in this case, we are actually wanting to go into My Widgets and locate Scenario 1. Notice this is where I could go to make changes to the widget, or make a copy of it, or even delete it. But below this is the student activity area. And this information is going to vary depending on the type of widget that you have used in your course. In this particular type of widget, we have a score distribution. Of course, we only have one student. That student has earned 3 scores. And so our average final score is 100. Certainly, this graph would fill out a little bit more completely once you have actual students taking the widget. In addition to the graph, this particular widget provides individual scores, and so I can actually select a student from this list to see all of the attempts that that student made, how long they took, what their end score was, and the date that they completed the widget. Additionally, you can export some of this information. Notice the term is already specified for us because it's connected to a particular assignment. We can export scores into CSV format, which will open in Excel or another spreadsheet software of your choice. There are various reports, and again, these are going to be different depending on the type of widget that you are using. So if you're interested in downloading student data from the widget, you certainly have access to that. The file will download and it will open in Microsoft Excel. This is a very, very simple widget, so there is not much information to see here, but this information can get quite complex depending on the complexity of your particular widget. When you're finished with that, if you don't need to make changes, you can always exit out of the app. We didn't create a widget, so it's really not important for us to refresh the listing or even select a widget because we're not going to make changes. We can just close out. We're warned that we're going to lose any changes that we haven't saved, but we didn't change anything, so we can OK that. We can back out of the Configure tool, and we can cancel our changes to the assignment because we're not going to change anything here.